Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is December 6th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the state of California here. Here goes our frontal system about to start impacting things, mainly central California, north, snow across the higher terrain, and we're going to have a 1-2 punch from this system here as we go on in through the day. Thursday, tomorrow, we'll take a look at those details. We'll take a look at the extended forecast as always, as well as we go through the video here this morning. And let's take a look at the Doppler radar. Check it out. Bay Area, look at this precipitation, probably moderate at times today. It's already light drizzle there at San Francisco, 59 degrees. So heads up if you're out and about, because heavier precipitation and definitely incoming here. Look at that 26 mile per hour gust here in the last observation. So let's go ahead and jump back into that here, and we can go ahead and look at some of the active advisories and warnings out here across Northwest California. We actually have flood watches, winter weather advisories. We got high surf advisories up and down the coastline here as well. We'll dive into a little bit of that as we go. Also, this is National Weather Service Sacramento. Check it out. It's actually calling to that snow level down towards 4,000 feet, up to 10 inches of snow, localized amounts over a foot for higher peaks, and big wind gusts as well. Probably actually across some of the higher terrain, it's going to get up towards 60 miles per hour. And you can see the timing of this all the way on in through Thursday night. So watch out, pretty typical hazards out there. Nice graphic from the National Weather Service Sacramento. Here's some of those wind gusts here, and this kind of shows that some of the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada could be gusting up over 60 miles per hour. Some blustery winds across the higher terrain in Northern California, even across some of the Bay Area as well. And if you guys want to monetarily support the channel, you can just click on that join button down below. You can see I've got the El Nino video up here. You just go ahead and click on that. I get questions about that sometimes, so I just thought I'd point that out for a few days here now. So no pressure at all, as always. Now taking a look at total rain, look at the Bay Area here. San Francisco, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch here. Nice amounts of rainfall starting to show up. And even Big Sur, maybe up to 1/4 inch down there as well. Bigger amounts across Sierra Nevada. And of course, big amounts coming for Northwest California there also. So you can kind of see some of the amounts on the left here also. Now taking a look at the high surf advisory. Again, this extends all the way down the coastline. You can see it creeping down towards Southern California here as well. I'll show the graphic up for Los Angeles here in a minute. But you can see large breaking waves, 18 to 22 feet, increased risk for sneaker waves and rip currents here. This goes through 4 a.m. Thursday, and it could be extended beyond that also. So here we are as of yesterday afternoon, and you can see the wave activity increasing as we go through the day today, and it kind of moves down the coastline there also. But as we go towards the weekend, we finally get a bit of a break here, at least for a time, before maybe some additional storm systems roll on in through at some point. We'll see how that goes. But you can see for the next couple of days, we do have increased wave activity up and down the coastline. Now taking a look at the high surf and dangerous rip currents for Los Angeles, check it out. Central Coast, 10 to 14, Ventura County, LA County, rip currents can pull swimmers and surfers out to sea, and there's even a minimal coastal flooding risk out there, so don't turn your back on the ocean. Sierra travel forecast. So this is National Weather Service Reno, and it mentions the snow level getting down to 5,000. So a little bit of discrepancy between Sacramento. But if you're traveling back and forth across the Sierras, be prepared for those lower snow levels there. And, keep your supply kit in your car, and you guys know the drill. But you can see Wednesday and then Thursday, another 1-2 punch is going to come through Wednesday and then again Thursday here. So it's going to be slick all the way on through. You might want to postpone your travel until Friday if you can swing it, because by that time, the plows will be going on and the precipitation comes to an end by the time you get towards Friday. Nice graphic here from the National Weather Service Reno. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station to watch this weather roll in, it's always much more fun to do so when you've got a weather station on your place of residence. Looking at the NAM 3KM. So this is looking at the timing. This is 6-hour precipitation. It also shows type. So you can see the Bay Area is here in Los Angeles. There's Nevada. And if we put this in motion, that's about the noontime hour. You can see that precipitation band getting towards the Bay Area as we go into the early afternoon. The snow starts flying across the Sierra Nevada this afternoon, and it continues on in through the night hours in towards tomorrow morning. And then the secondary punch here as we go through the day Thursday. So today and tomorrow, pretty active weather across the Sierra Nevada here. You might, again, postpone your travel till Friday if you can, because you can see that precipitation wrapping up by the time you get towards Friday morning. Some residual showers just around. And then we're going to bring some high pressure across the Great Basin and start to push some offshore winds, maybe some moderate Santa Ana winds and some strong north winds down some of the desert areas as well. This is looking at the national blended models, and again, just kind of looking at total precipitation. You can see the big mounts still incoming here for Northern California, some of the Sierra Nevada, of course, the higher terrain is going to be bullseyed there. And as we go on in through Thursday afternoon, some of these amounts, you're looking at still another 2-3 inches potentially across some of extreme Northwest California and some of the higher terrain. And then as we go way off into the future, the National Blended Models has been showing another system starting to show up. And I'll show you what the European and the GFS have to say about that in a moment. Looking at 925 millibars, so we're about 2,500 feet up in the atmosphere. So I want to show you what's going on after we get these, after the system swings through here, and then we go on into Friday. You'll notice the winds start to turn offshore and northerly across some of the desert areas, and that is some of the Santa Ana wind activity. You can see then the offshore flow all the way up across Northern California and out over the Central Coast and the Bay Area as well. And you can kind of see that extend down across Baja as we go on in through the day. Saturday, offshore flow continues as the Great Basin. High pressure is going to dominate there for a few days. Now, taking a look here, this is the European. I want to show you the sea level pressure. So we're going to scroll through here. You can see the system swing through. Then the high pressure starts to build in behind it as we go through the day Friday. Watch it. There it goes there. Great Basin, high pressure. And that's what's going to create those offshore winds across California, Arizona, some of the desert areas, and all the way down towards Baja. As you can see, by the time we get off in towards Saturday afternoon, the high pressure is kind of dominating right over top of Utah there. Now, looking at the daily 2-meter max temperature here, the main takeaway from this is we're going to cool down as we go through Thursday, some lower 60s maybe for the valley areas here. And as we go into Friday, you can see we do cool down a bit. Still cool there on Saturday. We start to bounce back a bit here as we go into Sunday and Monday, and probably some nice warm temperatures there across some of the coastal areas with the Santa Ana winds going out there as well. And of course, things will dry out when those winds start to blow also. Now, taking a look at Lake Tahoe, it's kind of been uptrending a little bit here. You can see about 6,000 feet, you're looking at maybe 4 or 5 inches there. But again, across the higher terrain, you can expect more. And this is Mount Shasta, again, uptrending a little bit here as well. And you can kind of see, 6-7 inches there in the control and the mean. Here's a Truckee Tahoe Airport as well, right around 4 inches, the mean and the control run is saying. Now, looking at the NAM3KM, this total snow Kuchera ratio in inches. So this takes into account the lower levels of the atmosphere's temperature when it calculates the snow-water ratio. As you can see, we bring some pretty good snowfall amounts all the way down through the Central Sierra as we go on in through tonight and into tomorrow morning. Then again, another round coming through. Probably not as much precipitation associated with that one, but still, not a bad snowmaker here over the next couple of days. Be prepared for that again today and tomorrow, traveling back and forth. This is looking out about 10 days out here in the European versus the GFS on the right. And you can see that they both show this troughing here right along the west coast of California. So this is what we're watching through the extended forecast here. It's nothing worth getting caught up in just yet. There's plenty of time to watch to see how this unfolds and evolves. But right now it continues to show that troughing for perhaps some increased active weather as we go on in through the mid portion of December. And here's the 6 to 10 day. This goes through December 15th. And if we look at the 8 to 14 day from December 13th to the 19th here, you can kind of see they still show this above average precipitation chances here for California. So, maybe we'll get some troughing in here mid-December, but still plenty of time to worry about that. This is looking at snow water equivalent across the state. And right now we're only at about 28% of the historical mean here. So we're already a little bit behind. Plenty of time to catch up on that. You know how it goes. It's usually feast or famine as far as snowfall goes. And these next couple systems are going to help a bit as far as this goes as well. But yeah, we'll be watching this, and slow start so far, but hopefully at some point we start to ramp things up. And yeah. So one more look at the infrared satellite imagery there. Frontal system, here it comes. Be ready for it out there, guys. And one more look at the Doppler radar. Kind of nice looking at the radar omega here, as you can kind of click on individual stations and see what's going on there. You can see, I believe this is Half Moon Bay. Looks like some mist out there and some drizzle out and about the Bay Area this morning. But yeah, it's on its way here. You can see Fort Ross, probably the precipitation just starting. And this will be moving in over the next few hours across the Bay Area and eventually across the Sierra Nevada as we go through tonight. You can also see the winter weather advisories off here across the Sierra Nevada. But anyway, yeah, we'll continue to do this day by day. Hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.